like Basquiat a lot. Run up in the bank, told him keep that Maserati hot. Banging on these niggas, say I look like Basquiat a lot. Banging on these niggas, know I keep that shotty hot. Banging on these niggas, leave that shotty Maserati hot. Ayy, leave that shotty Maserati hot. Ayy. They say I look like Basquiat a lot. Run up in the bank, told him keep that Maserati hot. Banging on these niggas, say I look like Basquiat a lot. Banging on these niggas, keep that shotty hot.
Hey,
Banging on the niggas, eat that shotty Maserati hot.
hey, hey.
Uh, uh. Banging on these niggas, eat that Maserati shotty hot. Uh, uh, uh. Banging on these niggas, leave that Maserati shotty hot. They say I look like Basquiat a lot. Run up in the bank, told him keep that Maserati hot. Banging on these niggas, say I look like Basquiat a lot. Banging on these niggas, and you know I keep that shotty hot. Banging on these niggas, leave that shotty Maserati hot.
Hey.
Banging on these niggas, leave that shotty Maserati hot. This shit vacuum packed, keep it sealed from the haters. They living radical, find super love while I'm on my sabbatical. I can't be mad at you, my ex is pensive and you expensive. I guess that will have to do. Riding in my Tesla like a surfboard is like my best friend or my chauffeur. Nobody shotgun, I don't know her. Yes, I'm hairy, but I got no fur. The game is scary, but you got no skirt. Don't have to step on a brace that goes skirt. Hit your face on the windshield, your face hurt. Keep that shot in Maserati hot. Keep that shot in Maserati. Maserati hot. And if I say it like an Atlanta nigga, like if I really recorded like some like real Atlanta nigga shit, I think it'd be dope.
Not Atlanta nigga.
Huh?
Said not Atlanta nigga.
Not Atlanta nigga. Where you at? You driving, yo?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta. Real quick.
Yo in the car.
I'm dead.
Yo in the car.
I'm dead after the show.
Huh?
I said I'm dead after the show last night. Like I'm dead.
I something told me you had a show last night.
Yeah. So I still look like this because I came home and fell asleep on the couch and didn't get shit done. No sweet potato pies this Thanksgiving.
I did the same thing kind of. Last night I stayed up, so when I got off the phone with you, I did like a random DJ set in the house, like just a DJ set for myself. Let me turn off Logic Pro right quick. I did a DJ set for myself. I'm having a very inspired day, but I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all, and then like all day I just kept passing out. But I had some good dreams. One of my dreams, I wrote a song. I woke up, I was like, oh crap, let me write that down. You ever do that? Write a song in your dreams?
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while though.
Word.
I've been dreaming like that for.
Yeah, when I don't smoke.
Yeah, I've been dreaming.
Uh-oh, it's up here. Uh-oh, oh, we live now. I want to see if we like if we say if we was kids now, you know what would be happening to us? Like right now, they would be having us live stream services. Mom would be like, y'all set that live stream. Y'all better set that live. We call it live stream. Set that live stream up.
Right.
You better hold that camera, girl.
You better set that up. Yeah. That's you. You the cameraman.
No, but I think we both would have been responsible.
I was the one that was a little bit more. Yeah, I was more computer savvy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Remember the laboratory?
Yeah.
We used to love my lab. Sierra was a genius, yo. Actually, I think you was, cause like my mom would buy these bum ass computers, and like we'll have like 7 bum ass computers, and then one time Sierra was like, "F that." we need our own lab. So we took the closet downstairs under the steps, put a little table in there, and then we took a few of those old computers, and Sierra got them shits working somehow. Next thing you know, we got our own computer in the closet. we in there like we ain't do nothing but play like a few games here and there. Like we wasn't like we wasn't doing that. Not like we was even watching porn or nothing like that. Like anything. Like it was like just like I don't think. Did you ever watch? Did you ever use my computer for anything illicit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Me, absolutely never, yo. Absolutely never.
Yeah.
Like except
She blamed
the only
you.
porn. She blamed me. Yo was like, that
She
was
blamed
Marcus,
you.
Mom. I never did nothing.
You a boy.
On my computer.
You a boy. You supposed to do that.
Yeah, I never did nothing.
Yo, remember? I ain't even gonna say that on live. That was crazy.
What? No, go ahead. What you got?
When Bishop came to you, it was like, Marcus, are you? Won't see you bring no girls around here.
Oh man, I remember that day. That nigga came to me petty as hell. That came to me. Like he's like, boy, we don't see you bring no girls around here. Like, wait a minute, nigga. Do you remember the last?
Like, nigga, you act like I can't bring.
The last 2 times. Okay, in 7th grade, remember I got from my first girlfriend, and I was talking to her on the phone, and mom picked up the phone. I was like, I gotta go out. And then my mom made me call the girl back and told the girl's parents that I'm not allowed to have a girlfriend. And then the girl told everybody at school that happened. And everybody was laughing at me about that, yo. Everybody was laughing about that. And so then I'm like, oh, I can't. That kind of made me, I got to definitely keep whatever relationship dynamics I can form in my life. Got to keep my parents out of that. Then in 11th grade, there was a girl from my Spanish class named LV Tuttle. I remember this girl's name, LV Tuttle. Her parents were super cool. She was like, would you like to come over and watch movies? It was like a Friday night. She said, would you like to come over and watch movies? I'm like, I would love to. She's like, yeah, my parents will come pick you up and you can come over and we can just watch movies. And it's like, wow. I'm thinking like, wow.
I think I might end up being one of them cool parents like that because, I don't know, parents who show their kids that they trust them, it seems like they have a better relationship and then they have a better view on things, I would say.
For shizzle. Because when they told me when the girl was like her parents was gonna come pick me up, I'm like, wow, her parents must be super cool. So okay. So I'm like, all right, I gotta work up the energy to go ask Mom and Bishop, can I go let her parents come pick me up? So I'm like, all right. I'm in a room. I know it's gonna be some bull. So I go in there. Mom, Bishop, can I go over my friend's house and watch movies? What friend? What friend you go to the house you going over this? I'm like, it's a girl from my class. What? Girl from your class? What? Mom, Mom like, no, y'all gonna be going there. What kind of stuff is this? Like, no, her parents is okay with it, and their parents gonna come pick me up and we can just go over and watch movies. They would not let that shit happen. Even they wouldn't even talk to the parents to, like, they could have mediated it and like moderated everything. It could have been completely legit. They was like, nah. All right, no big deal.
He was like, nope.
No big deal. Richard, you had to get us a title on Facebook.
I did. It said Thanksgiving.
Oh, thanks. I don't see it. Oh, where? Yeah.
I can't hear shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, dang it. And then less than 1 year later, this dude gonna call me in the room, and he gonna say to me, oh, Marcus, I don't ever see you bring no girls around. Well, why is that? Like, whoa, wait a minute. So you trying to accuse me of being gay or something like this? Is that what you're trying to do? Is you're trying to say that, oh, maybe I'm timid around girls or something like that? No, every time I ever tried to introduce any type of dating dynamic in my teenage life, they shot that shit down. Shot it down. You had a better chance with that than me, I think, Sierra. Am I right or am I wrong? Well, she robbing the bank. gonna rob the bank with a cake pan.
Right, that's the turkey pan, yo.
Oh, that's a turkey pan.
That was
Right.
the turkey pan.
I should put that in a rap. Rob a bank with a turkey pan. I got them wild. I'm a wild turkey, man. Oh, in my hood, where we grew up at, wild turkey is like a young little dude who'll shoot stuff up. Them wild turkeys is crazy, man. Like another place they call them hot boys. Them hot boys is crazy, man. They will come and shoot stuff up.
Louisiana is where they call them hot boys, right?
A lot of places they call them hot boys, but in Baltimore they call them wild turkeys. Them wild turkeys is nothing to play with, man. They is not cool. You be like, man, let me get away from these wild turkeys, bro.
Yeah, that homie you told me about, the dude that snatched your phone and then gave it back to you, and then you said the cops were at a place and he was coming off the roof. He wild turkey, yeah.
He beyond that. See, wild turkeys are still like, they still kind of like juveniles. He was a juvenile too. What's the word? I can't remember what they called him. What they call? Not a jump out boy. Jump out boy is a cop. What is it called? I can't remember what it's another word. It's another word for the guys who stick up kid. Wild turkey is not even sensible. A wild turkey would have shot me that day.
Got you.
Yeah. Nah, he ain't a wild turkey. I'm happy he was sensible, because a wild turkey would have shot my dumb ass for grabbing him back. He would have shot me. I'd have been done for. There'd have been nothing I could do about it neither. They'd have been like, what happened, man? He got his phone snatched by a wild turkey. He tried to run up on a nigga and the nigga shot him. Nah, that wasn't a wild turkey. I appreciate whoever that nigga is right now. He probably dead or in jail. But whoever that nigga is, I appreciate him for not being a full-on wild turkey that day, because he would have murked me.
Word.
Florida's pretty dangerous though, right? Because guns are like legal, right? So is it crazy out there when you were young? Was that kind of a thing?
Nah. My neighborhood wasn't that crazy. After I left for the Navy, I heard my neighborhood start to get a little crazy, but I don't feel like it was ever like we heard gunshots. Yeah, we heard gunshots at least once a week.
But there was just people. Maybe they were just people testing guns, because you get guns illegal. So it's like, yo, I got a new AR, and you go outside like, see, told you it's a
Yeah. Because I don't think people were actually getting killed on in our block. Maybe in the projects, which were a few blocks away from us, but that's different from our part of town. We lived in Goldsboro's, the historic black town of Stanford. They built when I left for the military, they built a huge police station on the corner of the black community. So it was kind of like, became like a plantation kind of like vibe. So the police drive through on the little golf carts now. Yeah, it's weird. It's like that.
She got that. So in our hood, they started putting cameras in the streets everywhere. What? And voice recorders.
What? Voice recorders?
Voice recorders in the hood. And the funny thing is, sometimes people will use it to get out of stuff. Like they might set it up so that they say something in front of the voice recorder to get them acquitted later.
Word.
As an alibi.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It's wild. You know what song I'm playing? Most Def. I write this song for you the way that I am. I forgot how it goes. Yeah, man, them cameras. Actually, in one neighborhood, so in the TV show The Wire, they talked about that. It's called Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, Amsterdam, you could sell dope. They let the dope boys sell dope in Amsterdam. They let them sell dope. They let them sell dope. And if you the dope boys, the police not letting sell dope, the police will lock you up. And then what they'll do is they'll take your dope and give it to the dope boys that they're allowed to sell dope.
Word.
And one day we were walking down the street, me and my two cousins, and the police had niggas on the sidewalk with their legs crossed, sitting on the edge of the sidewalk. And the police was like, hey guys, y'all want to sell this dope for us when we get done locking these niggas up? And they said niggas. And they said niggas. They was like, yo, y'all want to sell this? Y'all want to sell this dope? We get done locking these niggas up? We like, damn. I was like, oh shit, it's real. I didn't think I would actually come in contact with it. I didn't notice the dope boys were selling dope in front of the camera because it's safer. Because the stick up boys won't rob the dope boys in front of the camera.
Right.
So the dope boys they sell dope in front of the camera as protection, and they got niggas on the corner who watching like for blocks. The whole is a big square, so the police are only gonna come down the street. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way to get there. So they got niggas down here, niggas down here. The cops come, they know like 5 blocks early.
Word.
And that's how you determine where the block is. They set the block up. They sell dope in an area where it's one way in, one way out. Like if you got a really long block, that's the perfect block to sell dope on. Because if you sell dope in the middle of the block, the police can only come from the edges, or they got to get a house on the block and watch you. But after a while, you know, or this Miss Tanya, this Mr. Earl, Miss Good. So the only way the police can infiltrate is if they lock somebody up that live on the block and get them to tell on niggas.
Right.
And then so remember Biggie Smalls was like, you know, to my neighbors next door who used to call the police on me and I was just trying to I was just trying to feed my daughter. That used to happen. That people in your neighborhood, the neighbors would call the cops on you because the cops would give them problems or something like that. Sometimes they want to lock Miss Tanya's son up. She don't want her son to go to jail, so she gonna tell on the dope boys.
Right.
Yeah, stuff like that. It used to be weird hood dynamics, man. And you find out about it. You find out, but I ain't never get involved. And like, I knew a lot of dope boys in my neighborhood.
Right.
I remember one time,
Okay.
one of the leaders of the.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. You remember?
Okay, because I was in the store.
You knew KB, right? See?
KB was
the dope boy who came to grandma's house on Thanksgiving.
Right. Kenyatta.
Huh?
Kenyatta. I knew his real name. Remember, I knew his real name. Kenyatta.
Kenneth. Not Kenyatta.
His name was Kenyatta. Grandma would call him Kenyatta.
Oh, I guess so. I ain't know
that.
But you know Kenny with the braids.
Yeah, I know you talking about.
Yeah. So we had one dope boy who was like family, man, because he used to come around and my grandma would make everybody pray. Everybody in the house got to pray at 6 o'clock. And I remember one time this nigga was coming over to bring some weed. Around 6 o'clock. And grandma like, come on in here, young man.
It's just good to you here.
And Kenny became a family that day. And one time my grandma wanted me to paint the house and I didn't want to do it. And Kenny happened to come over. And KB, we call him, his real nickname Pimpin'. Actually, I gave him the nickname Vander.
Pimpin'. See, I remember you calling him Pimpin'.
And I gave him the nickname Vander because he was very good at the Madden video game. And I said, damn, nigga, who you think you are, Vanderhoff Van Madden? And then the whole street started calling him Vander, and nobody knew why. I gave him that name. So Vander, one day Vander came over, and grandma was like, oh, so you don't want to paint the house?
Or locked up
she was like, you want to paint the house? He told me that was going to happen to him too. When I was leaving, he was like, no, niggas like you can leave. Me, I'm in a dead end jail, my nigga. Yo, go do your thing out there. That's what he said to me when I was about to leave and go to New York. That's what he said. He said, yo, niggas like me, I'm gonna be in a dead end jail. But you one of those niggas who you could go from the hood. When he told me that, I was just like, damn, yo, but you like the smartest street nigga ever. You like the smartest
but
nigga
that's
selling
it.
dope, yo.
He ain't gonna go unless he left Baltimore. He ain't going, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna make it there, honestly. Like Thomas had several friends that have been killed since he graduated. It's crazy.
Yeah. So pimping, painted the house, and grandmother paid him and shit. I'm like, grandma, you weren't gonna pay me to paint the house. That's fucked up. Now you gonna pay. You wasn't about to pay me,
Right.
and then she gonna make me help him. I gotta help this nigga. He getting paid. I'm doing this. Oh, grandma, you petty as shit. Oh, what else happened? That made me
No,
think
I
about-
was trying to tell you. You said I had it easier than you when it came to dating with Mom and Bishop. No, the fuck I didn't. No, I did not.
Man,
Remember,
nigga.
I was the complete opposite of you. Remember, Mom and them with me, Mom. Remember, I used to be.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, so since she froze, I can tell you how I met Pimpin'. This is how I met Pimpin'. It was around this same time of year. We came to Baltimore for Thanksgiving, and I went to church, my grandmother's church, and there was these two girls. One of them I knew her my whole life, and one girl was her friend who came to church with her. And I liked the girl who came, her friend. So they was like, my cousin dad's like, oh, you like her? We should invite them. Are you back now?
Yeah. Oh, I said, Mom and them, when by the time I was 15 to 16, Mom and them wouldn't let me do nothing. And then on top of that, when I turned like 17, I'm like, all right, I'm 17 now. I know they're going to let me date now. No. When I turned 18, me and Mommy got into a physical altercation with police that got involved. But Mom, I was going, matter of fact, it's when me and Rel started talking really when I was 16, but it was secret. But Mom and them, they ended up basically putting a block on it and was like, yeah, you going I was 18, about to go to my senior bowling event. She told me I couldn't go. I'm like, what you mean I can't go? No, I was about to go anyway, and Rel was about to come pick me up, and I was like, I'm about to go, because she wouldn't take me. I said, yeah, I'm about to get a ride to go. She was like, you ain't getting no ride with nobody. You think I'm just going, you think you grown now. I was like, I'm 18. I can do what I want. But no, not even. Like I said, when Mom found out I was pregnant, I didn't even tell her to her face. I wrote her a note, and I had already had a job. I had a job, and I was about to move out. She didn't even know it. Oh, I made sure I was prepared, because when she tell us our whole life, don't bring no baby in here, because I ain't taking care of no baby. So guess what? I was like, all right, y'all ain't got to take care of my baby. I found me an apartment. Got me a job at Walmart. You ain't working in no Walmart all the way over there? Yes, I am. And oh, by the way, I'm not living here no more. I'm about to move. Oh, she went off. She put me out before I could even move.
Of course, that's a mom move.
Like, oh yeah, oh, so you already prepared. Oh, you know what?
Let me mess up your preparation by one day.
I'm about to fuck up your preparations then. Like, damn.
Damn.
I was like, wow.
But she didn't get to know Leah too long, did she? Because the memory thing happened very shortly after Leah was born, right?
It was happening, but she still got to know Aaliyah. Because Aaliyah was probably like 4 when it got worse. Like when it got to the point it was really bad, Aaliyah was like 4 or 5 years old. She was like 4. Yeah, she knew who she was. Mom used to watch her in the daytime when I went to work. Because I moved back with Mom for 2 weeks while I was waiting for my apartment to be ready after I had Aaliyah. And yeah, that was the worst 2 weeks of my life. Matter of fact, we didn't make it the whole 2 weeks because Mom thought I was still a kid and had to be calling her all day and checking in. I'm like, Mom, I'm not about to be calling you, checking in all day. I'm working. She's like, you got off work 2:30. You supposed to be here. I said, Mom, you're not picking up Bishop until 5 o'clock. Why would I go sit at the bus station for 2 hours? It was like me and Bishop rode the train together. So she would drop us off at 5 in the morning and would pick us up 5 p.m., 6 p.m. I'm like, I'm not about to be sitting at the train station.
Right
Yeah. So for 3 hours. she not about to come pick me up early. So I was like, man, no. So I went to the mall and, you know, I would go and do what I need to do. So fine, I was like, you know what, Ma, I ain't about to have you watch the baby no more because you about to get on my nerves. She's like, oh, so you just gonna just take my grandchild from me? You was complaining about watching her that long. Now you don't want to. Now you want to watch it. Okay. So I end up, and she told me, Rella and Mama worked Panamanian roots on me.
Is that the
I'm
witchcraft?
like, Ma, you are crazy. Yeah, she was like, yeah, they worked some witchcraft on me because anytime you would disobey me to listen to them. I'm like, Ma, I'm not disobeying you to listen to them. You just being crazy. I don't have time for that. I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. I left, packed up and left, and went and moved with my homeboy until he got set out, and then we ended up in an apartment the day he got set out.
Word. I was telling
And
Richard, were you? Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
no, you good. I'm actually about to run in this spot.
Yeah, I was telling Richard about my first date. You know my first date. Who was my first date with? You know?
I don't remember her name. Hold on.
You know then. I know you know.
Hold on.
If you don't
I
remember
know
her
you.
name,
I
you know.
know. Yeah. Yikes! What's her name? Oh my
I
God.
think it's similar to your name, right?
Her name ain't coming to me yet.
Wait, so if you are you talking about the same person, the friend of TV? Shatibra's
Try.
friend?
Hold on. With the chicken box
With the
in the
chicken
window.
boxes, with the chicken boxes in the window. Yep.
That's Whitney's sister. Yeah.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah,
Kiara?
she's still
Kiara's?
home. Yeah,
Was it
she's still home.
Kiara? She's still
Yes.
home.
Yeah, Kiara Anderson.
Richard. Oh, that sounds like Richard's story too. Richard had a story similar to that. The way I met Pimpin is so the girl Kiara.
Right, Pippin. Goddamn.
Yup. That's how I met Pimpin. He was already Dad's friend. He was already our cousin friend, but yep, the two girls we were supposed to go to the movies with
that
them.
That nigga did you dirty, yo. That nigga was like, oh, my bad.
Dad's fault. It was Dad's fault. Because what happened was
Everything is Dad's fault.
So we supposed to go to the movies with the girls, and then we get around. The girls come around our neighborhood after church, and then we supposed to go and take
Sister Wilson's funeral.
No, it was not immediately. No, that was at the church, regular church. But Sister Wilson did die around that time, so
she died like her funeral was the day before.
Maybe
that's how you end up talking to Kiara.
No, I don't know. No, I met
Kiara
because
remember,
Kiara
I
came
was
down to sing. She was a choir girl when they came down to Georgia.
Right. I remember.
Glory to. Oh yeah, you remember the song. Yeah, you got it. I go
wrong. And then remember they said, Courtney started talking. So, you know, God, you know, Lord, we just want to thank you. This sexy ass church song. What the hell is going on here? Angie. Yo, rest in peace, Angie, man. God, it's been 2 years now.
No,
yeah, I was in Baltimore the day they pulled the plug on Angie, man.
Oh, they had to pull the plug on her. I know that.
Yeah.
No, so we supposed to go to movies. My cousin Daz bring us to the hood instead, and I'm like, all right, when we going to
Tobias' house?
Not into Tobias, near Tobias' house, and so we go to the hood, and they go buy a bottle 151 Bacardi rum, and then and a bottle of Pepsi, and then next you know we standing there. He pours a little bit of the Bacardi rum in the Pepsi. We all take like 1 or 2 sips of that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's my first time really drinking like that, something like that. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden it was dark. It got dark quick as hell. And then there was like the the girls was like, "Oh, we hungry." I'm like, "All right." My brother gave me $40 to go on this date to the movies, but it seemed like we was gonna go to the movies later. I'm like, I got enough money to go get some chicken or something like that. So I'm like, all right. I said, maybe we can go get some chicken box up the Heights. And Daz was like, all right, word. You ain't gonna go by yourself though. Yo, three gangsters just appeared like, like three gangsters just appeared out of nowhere. Like they were straight up gangsters. Like, yo, what's up, Daz? Yo, y'all walk my cousin up to the chicken box spot? All right, word. So we walking and shit. I'm walking through the hood with three gangsters and shit. I kind of feel like this is weird, you know what I'm saying? But all right, whatever. I'm not worried about nothing though, because I got three gangsters with me. So we get the chicken box spot. I buy like one chicken box for the girl I'm dating, one for her friend, one for my cousin Daz, one for me. I'm like, all right, three gangsters, y'all came with me and shit. I buy y'all both for 2 wing and fried piece. That shit is cheap as hell. So I buy the gangsters some chicken. And so we coming back and shit. All right, we get back there. So they went inside a vacant house. You just call it a vacant, abandonmenium. It's a vacant house. Nobody lives there. The police.
You're breaking out. How bad?
They yeah, she like he threw the napkins in the bathroom.
Yo, I missed like most of what you said.
I'm like, no, man, something wrong about that. She can't be in there. Like, she can't be in that bathroom, yo. So I opened the door of the bathroom. Of course, the napkins is on the floor. The girl is not in there. I'm like, yo, where the girl at? He's like, man, she in the back room with one of the gangsters and shit. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm kind of like bothered a little bit by this. And so I go into another bedroom and I just go in. I'm in there like, damn, yo, what the fuck? That's fucked up, yo. Damn, I'm like, it's like bothering me. And then I got the window open, and all I hear is the girl like making noises, and I hear the nigga belt loop like. That's why I see her at the window, because I'm by this window, and I just hear over here from the other room. I'm like, damn, yo. So I'm mad. So I go outside. There's still a lot of hood niggas out there and shit. And then I grabbed the bottle of Pepsi and I start drinking it. And I'm just like, man, it's fucked up. I gave like a whole monologue. I did like a whole scene about how I used to be like Chris Brown and now I'm like 50 Cent. I'm like, yo, I used to be like Chris Brown. I used to be like, excuse me, miss, I'm sorry, a little dance for you. And now I'm like, in the club, bottle full of bub, my mom got this. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm not the same anymore. I'm changing. That day I declared I'm not the same anymore. This girl hurt me or whatever, and I'm not the same no more. Fuck that. I will never be the same again. That was just how I switched up in my head at that moment. And then Pimpin' came outside later, and he was like, yo, I ain't even recognize he was the dude that was in there. And I was like, I met him and I thought he was cool dude, and then like he was like, yo, man, don't even worry about that, yo, you know what I'm saying, blah 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 blah. These girls, man, sometimes they be like that, yo, don't even hold it against her, don't take it out on yourself, don't take it out on this evening, man, have a good time, man, chill out, it's good. And I was just like, you right, yo.
Yo, why you whispering?
Because it was I'm an actor, yo. That was the monologue. That was a part of the monologue where it gets deep. Like,
oh, okay.
He was right.
Yeah, you random.
He was right, yo. He was right. Terrence Howard. He was right. It's like what you told me in that story, Richard.
Yeah, the one earlier where you fell asleep.
You must have told this story when you had finished the story already.
Yeah, you're right. I did. I was talking about Spotify when you fell asleep.
You look like Noob Cybart right there, yo. That background make you look like the Shadow Man. That should be an album cover.
That's the cover for Fame. This.
No,
the,
with you. No, I'm talking about with
me
you right there like that.
Yeah.
You
My
know who
camera
Noob
is
Sidebar
horrible,
is?
yo. No, I don't.
You know who Noob Sidebar is?
Nope.
Noob Sidebar is from Mortal Kombat. He the black dude. He's like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but he just all black.
Noob Cyber. It's like the movie or the game?
No, the video game.
Oh,
Mortal
okay. I
Kombat
never really
trilogy.
played. I've only seen the movie.
Word.
I have to Google it.
This version of me like I want to toilet. This is like hood Santa Claus. Like I should be sitting on his lap. Like, so what do you want for Christmas? Man, I want an eighth. When Sierra come back, I'm gonna have I think with this episode that it seems like there's a Thanksgiving episode. My mind was that we was gonna talk about family stuff and stuff with the family.
Right.
The time Sierra ran away from home.
Shut the
First
fuck
time.
Yeah, the first time. I ain't never gave my explanation on that shit. For real.
Okay.
I never gave my explanation on that shit. So I was in 8th grade. Never forget. Mom and them never believed nothing I would say. Nothing at all. So I told her, I remember I had to stay at the school because, matter of fact, I was in in-school suspension. I didn't want her to know that. So I was in in-school suspension, and I went upstairs basically to talk to my science teacher. She ended up, she told me that I could come by and get my work for today because I wasn't in her class. So I came in and she's like, well, we did a test today. And I was like, all right, well, can I do it real quick? She said, sure. So I told Mom, hey, Mom, I'm about to stay at the school so I can finish my test. The lady was like, okay. I called once I let Mom know. And I said, Mom, can you come get me? Because I have to stay at school to finish my test. She says, you ain't stay at the school to finish no test. Immediately when she got there, she saw Josh walking down the hallway. Remember Josh, that was my first boyfriend or something like that. Yeah, he was my friend. I can say he was my first boyfriend. That was in 8th grade. So Josh, he was on the track team. So of course he's staying at the school. But Mom, when she pulled up, she saw him and she was like, oh, he was staying at the school to be with that boy. I'm like, no, I actually stayed at school to take my test. So she, long story shorter, Mom ends up beating me because she's thinking I'm staying at the school with this boy. And I'm like, no, I wasn't staying at the school with the boy. I was actually in ISS. I didn't want you to know that. I wanted to finish my test so that I would get graded or blah, blah, blah. Man, all I know is that I got a whooping. The next day I wrote Mom a note and I said, Mom, you don't ever believe anything that I say. You don't trust me. And at that point I wasn't being I wasn't being untrustworthy. I ain't even start that phase yet in my life. So I was being honest about everything. I thought I could be honest with them about everything. So I was like, Mom, I got this boy at school I like. And whatever, oh, Mom, I got this. Mom, blah, blah, blah. And at first, Mom was actually being receptive to it. Because remember, at one point, Mom actually used to let me talk to Josh on the phone. It wasn't until Bishop picked up the phone for Josh.
Up. That shit you just said was something I was never allowed to do, and that's why I said you had it better. Now, continue.
That Mom went. She left me hanging, man. She left me hanging.
When Bishop called you, though.
When the boy
Same
called
thing
and Bishop answered the phone, then she was like, oh, I ain't never let that boy call him. I'm like, Ma, you for real?
You done copped out on me for real.
You done capped out on me. Oh, you disrespectful as so. Man, I'm like, all right, man. You know what? I ain't even about to acknowledge you because you disrespectful. So Bishop, he ended up saying, yeah, well, don't call that boy call the house no more. So after that, no boy was ever allowed to call the house ever again after that. So, why, and all the way up until I was 18 years old, after I was a grown woman and couldn't no damn boy call my house phone. So, yeah, man, and I had a cell phone, and Mom still didn't want me to talk to boys. Why did you get me a cell phone? I was 17 when I got my first cell phone. So I'm like, why did you even get me a cell phone? You know I'm going to talk to boys. Even a lot of the boys I talked to wasn't even like like boyfriends. They was, Kevin Giles. That man, that's my boy. Like Kevin's like my brother. So I'm like, man, me and Kevin still talk. Kevin came to my baby shower. That's just how close me and Kevin are. So, man, all I know is they was like, Mom got a beating. Mom really went off on me or whatever. And Bishop, she let Bishop go in on me. I mean, he was, yeah, you out here trying to be a little hoe cake. Remember that? Called me a fucking a hoe cake. I'm like, what the fuck is a hoe cake? At that time, I don't even know all this shit. So I'm like, what the hell? All I know is I was irritated. I left. I had packed a bottle of water and some crackers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yo, I packed a bottle of water and some saltine crackers and I ran away from home. Think about it. When I left school and I was like, oh, I'm about to do this. Why did I have on an all white fucking outfit? Like that shit wasn't about to get dirty. Second of all, I had nowhere to actually really go. So I was hanging around in Josh's neighborhood, but I never actually went to Josh's house. Yeah. So
is that the time? That's the time, Stan. That's the time when you jumped through the railing into your homie's car and went to look.
Ran away halfway because she ran away. Once I found out, I was like, oh, fuck that. I ain't going back then. It's anarchy, bitch. Yeah, same thing.
This nigga.
I'm like, wait.
Yo, but you would be down, yo. We'd be in cahoots. We'd be like, all right, nigga, we about to leave. We about to go back to Baltimore, nigga. And then your ass would be like, yeah. That time I was like, all right, nigga, I'm leaving. I told you I was gonna run away before I did it. But you was like, no, nigga, you better not do that shit, nigga. You better not do that shit. Like, you ain't got control over that. Your ass left band practice, came home. They was like, yo, your sister ran away.
No. I called them from band practice and they told me you ran away. And so I amscrayed. I got out of there. I got in the back of the pickup truck, Zach pickup truck, went around the hood and they ran into me. And so then I just had to join the search party. They caught me on the low. I got out of there a little bit, but then they ran into me because they came around Travis Hood. Next thing I know, we in Josh neighborhood looking for you, asking everybody if they seen you and everything. And then that's when we saw you. And I jumped out the car.
Yo, jumped out the car and tackled me. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not running.
I don't know about tackle.
Yes, nigga. Yo, you tackled me. Like,
maybe I was still pumped up I was still pumped up for my mission, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, I was like.
Then her mom sat there and cried. And then turned around and whooped my ass when we got home. That was the second time. Second time right away.
That was it. The first time she ain't whipped you, yo, and I was mad about that too. I was like, oh, so they
the third time I ran away.
Like, they ain't whipped her. I gotta get.
Third time I ran away, she she was like, all right, nah, nigga, you ain't about to do this. That was when I went and I stayed with this dude. Dude told me he was this dude I was talking to. We had met in the store with mom. And he had told me that he was 19. I was 17. I was like 16, 17. And yeah, he was definitely not 16, 17. He was more like 24. Freaking creep. Yo, he was messing with an underage girl. That nigga was weird.
Damn.
I remember there were so many girls in high school that that seemed to like be talking to someone that was like 24. Literally, I know there was 3 Pacific girls. There was in high school that I had interactions with.
3 girls in high school. I remember a few of them that was dating older guys, especially once they got in 11th grade. They'd be like, "Oh, my boyfriend, 22 years old."
If you think about it, there's a large percentage, man. Especially like if you're on the football team, a cheerleader, if anyone like the sports that go with the football team, you meet so many other people of different age groups, stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense.
I wonder if anybody listening can recognize what song I was playing that whole time with Sarah was talking. It was a song called I can't remember what it's called. About Hiatus Coyote. It's called I can't remember. Oh, Nakamura. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't want to be in high school messing with somebody that old. He lied to me. He told me he was 19, but he was actually 24, and he had his own place over by the Lowe's in Stockbridge. That nigga was off. Mom and them said, don't ever call my daughter. Then when they found out how old he was, I didn't even know how old he was. Mom and them found out before me. Because they went through my phone records. Got his name. Mom was like, that's that boy that we met at Lowe's. Yo, what is you doing, yo?
Yeah.
Yo, is that you still playing the guitar?
Something happened with his guitar. I don't know what he's trying to.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, this nigga is into that shit.
He's talking and we can't hear him either. He was just talking about something. I don't know what he was talking about. But
yeah, his shit just glitched.
Yeah, completely.
I could swear y'all were just listening to me. Y'all talking about the guitar solo?
When you were talking,
you start playing
hear you. Yeah, you started playing.
And then the guitar, it's like the guitar that glitched and it just kept playing over and over again.
And you were going hype, explaining something like you were like,
Glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
You just kept playing this one riff over and over again. We was like, okay.
Oh, I wish I heard that.
It's probably on live.
So whenever you're playing the guitar, I feel like you're playing like a song that sounds really familiar, but it's always the same. I never know. So it's kind of like whenever you ask.
I play Hiatus Coyote Nakamura.
Michael B. Jordan is not the sexiest man alive.
Michael B. Jordan?
That's a terrible assessment. I would say that.
They put him on the cover of People magazine.
Yeah, I mean, okay, like People magazine is not the person who could really, that's not a magazine you trust for that. Now, GQ, okay. Now, that was a point. No.
Didn't they have the British guy there, though? No. What about the British guy? What's his name? The one
Idris Elba?
Yeah, they had Idris Elba there. But he wasn't on People. He was on GQ.
Exactly.
Idris Elba could totally get GQ because Idris Elba, especially if you go for the demographic.
Idris Elba is, oh God, he's just a whole snack.
He's not the attractive. He's not the attractive that they really want in real life. But on the magazine, you put Idris on there, you say he's the most attractive man.
That's not true. He is the attractive that you want.
No,
yeah, I feel like Idris Elba is what people want, yo. I feel like
I think the way you see, I think if Idris Elba came to you in the club and like him, the real him with the voice and all that,
the real him with a British accent, he could
get
it.
No. See, you're right. I'm looking at his pictures now.
I'm a nigga. I go to clubs, yo. And I done seen like what type of guys really bad girls in the real
Okay,
space.
exactly. So that's why my point is because Michael, I would talk to a dude that look like Idris Elba before I talk to a dude like
Michael B. Jordan would bag so many girls.
Come on, I know several dudes that look like him.
Michael G. Jordan will bag you.
He would bag girls because he's Michael B. Jordan, but he would not bag a regular dude that look like that. I know plenty of dudes that look like that. We would be like, big lip fool.
I think that
I know plenty of dudes that look like him.
I think that if you was in the club, right? Say you don't know these niggas. They not Michael B. Jordan and Idris Elba. You was in the club and you was sitting at the bar and a nigga who came like Idris Elba, just to look at him, the look of him, not thinking no other thought, that dude wouldn't bag you before the Michael B. Jordan dude, because the Michael B. Jordan dude looks younger, he looks less threatening, he looks like more.
Yeah, and he got big lips and he looked like he looks like a little clown. Like he looks like a clown. See, this is the thing, girls, which is crazy to me, they all were on him because of the whole Killmonger situation, but think about old Michael B. Jordan, the throwback Michael, before Creed, before any of that.
Right, do you
He
guys see
was
this?
not what people wanted.
Do you guys see this, Michael B.
Yo,
Jordan?
all right. So you don't gotta show me Michael B. Jordan.
All
If
right.
I see that Michael B. Jordan,
They
he's
both-
not.
but they
I'm
both-
not. I'm not
okay,
into him.
listen.
I don't even find him attractive right
But
now.
But the Idris Elba right above him is not the one, especially with the peace sign.
No, not the
gonna
peace
bag you
sign,
before
but the
that
one,
dude.
but the one with the gray hair and with a suit. Yes.
That's not the real him. That's the movie nigga. The real
No,
him is
right
This-
there
this
with
one,
the white
this-
shirt on.
This one,
With
actually,
the white
this,
shirt on. That one.
that like Michael Vick, yo.
actually, this one,
That nigga like Vic and shit, yo. He wouldn't bag you.
Oh
this
God.
Idris
That's
Elba
not
would.
dude.
That
That's not.
And yeah, and that's
not
the
real
People,
dude. He
Sexiest Man Alive. That's People
ripping-
magazine.
He ripping the sweat.
He got GQ and People.
I'm just saying. Like,
John Legend got Sexiest Man Alive. Get the fuck out of here.
like John Legend wouldn't bag you. No, not before.
Yo, I liked John Legend though. I actually found him attractive, but back when I was younger.
Okay,
but
so
he's a small guy. He's
like,
tiny. I don't like short
whenever
men.
they do Sexiest Woman Alive, whenever they do it, like when Gabrielle Union won Sexiest Woman Alive, you're like, yes. If Gabrielle Union comes up to you, just the way her smile is, like usually with the Sexiest Woman, just if any of them, if you don't compare them, any one of them can walk up to you and you'd be like, wow. But the Sexiest Man Alive, some of the dudes that they pick, if they walk up to the average girl in a bar, just that regular dude, not the dude in the movies, just the guy. They ain't not really that. But the movie persona and the whole package, you look at it, they be like, all right, this dude is he a thumbs up, he top notch. Cause I could probably win Sexiest Man Alive if I get booked as Spider-Man. If I get to play Spider-Man and like if I get to play like the lead role in an emotional movie or something like that, or serious action thriller or something like that, and then I get my abs right, and I'm doing the gym. I did the personal training. I had a scene in the movie where I took my shirt off and everything. I had to fight and shit like that, and I got a few tattoos on me that's probably real or not. Like people be like, oh shit. And then when I got nominated for Sexiest Man Alive, they be like, oh, he get it. Every job I ever had, whenever they would ask, sometimes they would ask all the girls, like at a restaurant, ask all the girls, who's the most attractive server? The guy server. I don't even know how I would be in the top 2, top 3 every time. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. No way. But it's because they know me and they think my personality makes me more attractive. But it's not just the regular me. Is not like not the sexiest man alive, you know what I'm saying? But once you put in an account, if I did some movies, I take my shirt off in the Meaning for Lingus music video, that'll get me up there, yo.
What's the name of the homie?
Sierra, you think you could win Sexiest Woman Alive?
Do I think I could win Sexiest Woman Alive?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think so too, yo. I think that you.
I mean, I could.
If Gabrielle Union won,
Because
Gabrielle Union won,
I'm not.
Naomi Campbell, you could win. I think you could win. But you would have to have like a top album out, music video, and then when they put you on there, everybody in the world will be like,
that's the thing. You gotta have the top
yeah.
album out. You gotta have the top album out, and then you gotta be like on top of your shit at that moment. Like everything gotta be like most likely next person probably end up getting it. Be somebody like Tiana Taylor or somebody.
Yeah, you're right though.
She got an album out.
Megan,
just had a baby.
Yeah, it'd be like Tiana Taylor.
I don't want to see Megan Thee Stallion.
Not Cardi B. Not Megan Thee Stallion. Please not. Just do Rihanna as the sexiest woman alive for 10 years in a row.
Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna, I think she could win most years.
Yeah, Rihanna is gorgeous. I'm not saying she can't win. Got the natural green eyes and shit.
Alicia Keys could win it, but if you see the regular Alicia Keys is kind of like she like homegirl pretty. She's not, but when she on top of that game, like in that fashion stuff, Alicia Keys will get sexiest woman alive, and you'd be like, all right, I guess so. But I had a homegirl look exactly like her. That was just my homegirl. And I saw Alicia Keys in person. And when I saw her in person, she looked like she just flew down. She just flew to the party. Like she transformed from a bird.
Yeah. Dang. She's the sexiest woman alive. This dude. Let's chill. And maybe let's settle down. But you wanna die.
Oh, do you remember the Thanksgiving? You remember I told Richard the other day about Thanksgiving when Bud had me take him to the block to buy a dope and Tiffany brand new Chevy Equinox.
No, I didn't even know about that. I don't.
Oh, so y'all didn't
I
come.
didn't.
Y'all didn't come. Y'all came for
Nah.
Christmas. Y'all didn't come for Thanksgiving that year.
No, when Tiffany. Yeah. Thanksgiving, we did come for Thanksgiving, and we came for Christmas.
Then
Thanksgiving was at Tiffany's new house.
No, the year before that. She been had the
Oh, the year before that, no. Right. She had the Equinox before they even bought the house.
The Equinox died before she bought the house. Equinox died for no reason. Yeah, it died for like electrical problems. She had to get a new one. They died.
No.
The first one just stopped. It just stopped working in front of grandmother church. But that Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that Thanksgiving.
Remember they got rid of the Equinox.
Mm-hmm. So that Thanksgiving, what happened was everybody was in the house, Thanksgiving it up. Now I went outside. Bud was smoking a cigarette. He was talking to me like, Marcus, that thing happened with you and Sean. I was telling him, you gotta do what you gotta do. That shit was crazy. You know what?
It's crazy because I couldn't stand that situation. You know why? Because everybody had their own opinions when you was away from, or when they was with either of y'all. So when it was with either of y'all, nobody had the same answers. I didn't like that shit.
I can see that.
Hey, say you right here, right? Yeah, man, you have to do what you have to do. Man, no, Marcus should have kept his mouth shut with Sean. Like, yo, I feel like that y'all, everybody should have kept the same stance, same answer. Bro, I always said both of y'all was crazy. What the fuck was y'all doing? But at the end of the day, Sean was an idiot because you don't bring no youngin' with you to do nothing. But I'm gonna keep my same stance on it. Everybody kept changing theirs up, depending on who they was around. I'm like, okay.
I'm familiar with that.
Only person that kept that the same was Cherie.
Because Cherie is the reason why everything. Cherie is the reason why everything worked. If it wasn't for Cherie, I'd have went down for that. Because I did keep my mouth shut. And then when later on it was like grandmother said, you were a fool. You were a fool. And I was thinking like, I get where grandmother coming from. But your own grandmother tell you like, listen, nigga, when that lawyer come to you.
Yeah, but she was playing sides too. That nigga, that's the crazy. Yeah. She told you better sing like a canary. It was like, what? But then, like I said, when the situation flipped, it was just like everybody had their own. Everybody would switch it up. Terrell would be switching up. Dan switch up.
course they
Everybody
did.
was switch up. I'm like, but none of y'all was in that situation. Nobody was in that situation. I was like, if any of y'all was in that situation, I guarantee you, y'all would not have. It wouldn't have went down like that. Now y'all can say what could have happened or what could have been done all that time, but they felt like you wouldn't have went down if Cherie hadn't said anything, because
No,
they had no solid proof that you were there.
So the setup that Sean did, the setup move he did was ironclad. So it's nothing I could do. If I didn't say anything, I was going down. Just down, quick, with the quickness. The only reason I didn't go down is because Granddaddy taught the judge how to drive when the judge was 15 years old. It's the only reason I didn't go down. I don't know if you know about that. I don't know if anybody know about that. Only Granddaddy know about that.
And Granddaddy dropped that damn check. And Granddaddy dropped that check. Yeah, I remember he told us about Judge Levitz or whatever.
He paid 10 grand. Judge Howard.
He was saying Judge Levitz is the one who sent him to Tully.
Yeah. All I know is that was a weird situation. But back into the story with Bud. On Thanksgiving, Bud had me take him to Park Heights, and I ain't know nothing about Park Heights. See, I kept on like believing in family. Still
Right.
believed in family. Tiffany could have called the cops and said her car was stolen, and the cops could have came and got us. And what they could have shot us that day. Like that could have went horribly wrong. Good thing it didn't, because I answered the phone in the car. The car phone. The Tiffany called through the car and was like, "Where y'all at?" I'm like, "We're at Park Heights." And like, but I'm like, "Oh, he went out to get something from the store." Yeah, right. He went to the store. Why we had to go over to Park Heights to go to the store? It was Thanksgiving. We went to the stores open, but we went all the way to Park Heights. I didn't know. He had me take him to go buy drugs. I mean, one day we was at church, and he had a bag of drugs on him, his drug of choice, and he dropped it. And I was outside with Nick right in front of the church, and we looked on the
Man, rest in peace, Nick.
Huh? Rest in peace, who?
Nick. Yeah, Nick got killed 2 years ago.
Get the fuck, Nick was like he was like one of the good ones, yo.
Damn. Nah, he was about that life. So.
Nick was about that life though. What happened? He's got killed.
He got shot out Cherry. He got shot out Cherry over $2,000, man. Ebony's like, I could have gave y'all that $2,000, man. Y'all could have saved my son's life.
Oh, he was selling dope, and the dope boys, he got fucked up, and the dope boys killed him.
Yeah.
Damn. He didn't kill nobody though before.
I don't know. That's the thing.
Usually, like a lot of times, the people like son Epi, his story completely different. He wasn't selling dope, right?
No, he was just a witness to the murder, and then he the one told the police what happened.
I thought Epi caught a body.
Epi caught a body because he went and told the police that he was a part of the crime, and he showed them where the body was buried, where it was in shallow water. Yeah, Epi lost it. Epi was in the hospital probably a year before last. He's in the hospital because he smoked some lace weed. From that point, Epi went weird. It was like he was saying that he was the true prophet. He not the true prophet, and like he was being random.
That shit was weird. Yo. That's his episode should be called like Stories from Tales from the Hood. Thanksgiving.
Lady, this isn't a parking spot.
Oh, we call this episode "Lady, This Isn't a Parking Spot." I'm write that down. Lady, this. So the last thing I wrote, got a job at a spot you ain't even know it. Lady, this ain't a parking spot. I ain't even going.
I'm confused on what she doing. So like in a handicap spot when somebody the lines in between, she parked in the lines.
The line. She parked in the lines in between, right? She parked in between the
Yeah.
lines. I was writing a song about in between, so I'm gonna put that in there.
Shut up.
He doing. She parked in between the lines. She parked in between the lines, laid it in the parking space. She parked in between the. Parked.
Hey, you random. Shut up. I caught a bullet with my bare hand.
The lines.
I caught a bullet.
She parked in between the lines. That ain't a parking space. You get a fine.
See one of my friends.
That ain't a space. You get a fine. What else? I like how you made your bed up this morning.
I caught a bullet. I caught a bullet with my bare hand. I caught a bullet. My father caught a bullet with his bare hand.
What song is this?
Yeah, I did. I was like, did you get a part for this thing?
Yeah,
no.
What song it is?
Yeah, of course. I've been thinking about you for quite a while.
No.
And
Listen again. Nope, you're wrong.
everything.
You're wrong. Listen again. I'm having the wrong key.
That's the way it goes on Love Train. Well, you just did the intro to Elder Barge.
Oh yeah. That's another completely different key. That's I know keys.
I've been thinking about you. Fuck out of here. They got fucking college here. Shit.
Yeah, you got collard greens somewhere where it was expensive?
Man, no, I went and bought some damn turnip greens because they ain't had no more collard.
Oh, man, you got collards. Oh, you haven't had an old-fashioned regular Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, what's the other song by Elder Barge?
No, I ain't having a regular. It's nothing. Tiffany!
What's going on? Cousin Tiffany?
I know, right?
You can't not Tiffany.
I know, it's going dark.
Yeah, some other Tiffany.
Yeah,
Not our cousin Tiffany, no way.
Yeah, so last night, you been singing these cigar spots, man, they killing me.
Yeah, I'm actually negotiating for one now, but I used to blow it. Like one of those.
I have one, but it's like sometimes with a lot of people in there, it don't do nothing. They just blow with the smoke in my face.
Yeah, I had to build my voice back that first gig. I was like, I'm worse at this gig. I'm like, because I didn't do it at all. Right. Oh man, I used to home. Where the baby's at home, it's your break.
This is my time. I
take
my time and go.
I understand.
Right. I be like, no. He's like, you want to come bring the baby? Yeah, same here.
Looks fantastic. So good to see you.
Right, we live right around the corner from each other. I don't know why we just be like,
right.
Right. All right, girl.
Okay.
You told me to take a chance and learn the
One of my singers friends.
my baby, all that has
all right, Negro the Barge.
Negro the Barge.
All right.
That sound like Timmy the tugboat, Negro the barge. That's the black Timmy tugboat show, Negro the barge. he bring the garbage out of the city. He like, yeah, I'm Negro the barge.
I cannot. You are retarded. There's something wrong with you.
That's funny. That was a funny thing to say. Because to me, I heard barge. And you say barge to a New Yorker, they think you're talking about the trash boat. I fucking put the. What's up, Richard? Yo, you over there like new sidebar, man?
Richard is chilling.
Yeah, he be.
That Richard do him.
He be observing. Sometimes I be.
I ran into one of my colleagues, one of my singing friends in the store. Yeah. It's Tiffany Rose.
When you said Tiffany, I was like, no way you ran the cousin Tiffany.
No, she was down. Well, first of all, I probably would run into Tiffany down here if she ain't said shit. Cause that's how they do me.
But they pop up in Atlanta, they don't tell you they coming?
They'll tell me, they coming. Just once they get here. Once they get here, they be like, oh. Do you know somebody they told me, oh, I didn't know you was driving. I said, man, I've had a car for as long as y'all have known that I could drive. What you mean?
Oh, so that's why they didn't tell you they was coming. They just like.
I was like, regardless, you ain't gotta take me nowhere. I get where I gotta go. Like, what you mean? But that's what one person said. But
who's that? You don't want to put them out there.
Huh?
Is the person you don't want to put the person out there, something like that? That's why you said.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm good. Like, yeah.
She said, yeah, I'm good.
Well, dang, okay, you know, me. Oh, I thought we had to pick you up. Well, you gotta pick me up. I'm straight.
Host has this disabled screen sharing.
Yo, it is totally enabled. I enabled it earlier. I literally.
What was I about to say? But yeah, so yeah, they'll come to town. They'll tell me they come and they'll call me. I ain't call you, I ain't text you, I ain't said nothing. You call me and tell me, yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. Okay, they get here, I don't hear nothing from them. Absolutely nothing. You be like, dang, okay. Like, yeah, I ain't at y'all. You want to hit me up. What is the seasoning, bro?
See, I remember that time when I had my boy Mo get on the phone, and you was like, I had to pretend to be me because he looked like me a little bit, and you was like, who the hell is that, yo? He's like, that ain't my brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was weird because he looked randomly like you. It was like he had features, but you know, somebody got features of yours, but they still ain't quite there.
Yeah.
You know what? I need to be in the international aisle.
Stanford, you see? It says, who can share all participants?
Where is the international aisle?
I think because you only did that setting in the basic. I don't know why.
Oh, I see. In meeting basic. I don't really know. It's like, this is kind of. It doesn't make sense. This should be for everything.
Click meeting events. And see if it has another version of that same setting.
I don't think so, because it all scrolls down.
Oh, it just scrolls down. See, so I don't know why. I don't know why it won't enable me to share screen. It says all participants, but maybe.
Well, it doesn't mean all participants because I literally just looked at it.
Dang it.
And it actually means all participants is for webinars. The host and panelists can share screen, but not the attendees. But this isn't a webinar. Try now.
All my love is waiting for you.
Huh?
My baby.
Nah, bro, it don't work, bro. See, what you think about this, yo? You ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
I think you ain't look.
No, I'm shopping. About what?
About this. You don't see it?
Don't you see the
I
little
can barely.
voodoo doll?
You know, my phone, it makes it like extremely small.
So it probably look like me then.
I can barely see that.
Oh, word.
You know, I got bad eyes anyway.
That's interesting. I thought you said it's my I got my own line of dolls out. It's a me doll. But the computer know he not real because they keep making him disappear. It's weird. All right, Richie, I guess you can unshare that screen.
I already did.
Word. Yeah, man, that shit wild, bro. I don't know why. It won't let us. You know, share screen.
Okay.
I don't be wanting to share nothing. Really. I ain't got. I'm really trying to share, but if I had the feature, I think I would be utilizing it in some random way.
All right, try it now.
I'm gonna press one more time. It's gonna tell me nah, bro.
Excuse me. What color season do you
I think you have to enable before you start the song.
It was enabled before we started. You know?
Oh yeah. I don't know why then. I can't explain it.
It still says no.
Believe it. Oh, that song. I can't believe it. I can't foresee it. Oh, that feeling when you sing to me.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah. Did you try it?
I already tried it, man. It don't work. It don't work. It don't work. Yeah. See, back in the day, if you saw somebody walk up on somebody with a mask like that, you'd be like, "Oh shit, she getting robbed." You'd be like, "Oh no, she getting robbed, bro." But nowadays, that's how you go out into the world.
You saying get robbed?
No, back in the day, if you see somebody run up on somebody on with a mask on like that, it's like a robbery. Nowadays, I think somebody want to do a robbery, they gotta do more. They be like, "This ain't good enough. I gotta."
Yo, shut up.
I gotta put two insurance on.
Sick as that. Somebody robbed. Wow. Okay. Whoa, yeah.
Play it gently. Play a song in the background.
All right. Thanksgiving morning, trying to find shit. I should have got up and did it.
Hey,
Well,
you know,
last
on
night I
Thanksgiving,
tried,
you
but I
play my
had to
Christmas
hurry up
song.
and get in the house. I had to get dressed for this damn shit. Oh shit! I got less than 10% of battery. If y'all still on, I'll hop back on and get in the car.
Word.
Oh yeah. All right, Richard.
All right. See ya. See you.
See y'all in a moment.
See, it'd be funny if I made the music video for this song, but it wasn't like Christmassy so much. It just got girls in the club like
dancing. Yeah, like. Cause
kind of like that girl. Like just a bunch of girls like in the club, like not even in Christmas colors. It's like
it would make sense, and it would probably get really. It would make sense. It would be an adult Christmas, adult themed Christmas song.
street niggas and shit, like with guns and shit. And Santa Claus is like, Say here, blood. Here, Santa Claus is a pirate. He got the pirate. He got a pirate. Oh, that'd be kind of gangster. With Santa Claus with like the blood bandana as the Santa Claus costume. That'd be kind of hot. That'd be kind of Santa Claus for me. He like. I did not like Bloods, yo.
Oh, why?
When it came to the streets, yo, Bloods, Bloods, yo. I mean, I had some time when Bloods used to like me, yo. All gang members used to like me, yo. Like every gang I ever came in contact with in the streets, they all used to be like, "All right, he a cool little homie," and I know I had no problems. But Bloods, even though they like me, I don't like them, so I gotta pretend I like them. I gotta just pretend I'm not indifferent. Like, yo, it's my dude. He be like, yo, it's my nigga right here. I'm like, word. But inside my mind, I know, now I don't really like this nigga. Why? Because they don't. For some reason, Crips would be more logical. It seems like you'll find meet a Crip and he'd be logical. But with a Blood, it's hard to find a Blood who's like. It was hard to find a Blood who's like logical, yo, in the streets. And so like you hang a blood will like he'll start problems around you. It'll be turbulence everywhere you go. You be like, damn, man, I can't hang out with this Blood, yo. Can't hang out with these Bloods, man. I used to work with a Blood. One time we went out to eat, he just got mad, yo. He just got mad for no reason. He was like almost violently mad in the restaurant. It's like one day I was talking to him. I was like, yo, would you ever do any creative work? He was like, creative work? Like, what you mean? I was like, so say if somebody wants you to be in a movie. Like, they want you to play like a street guy. Like, you could play yourself in a movie. Would you do it? He's like, nah, I don't fuck with that. I'm like, why not? He's like, I just don't fuck with that. He's like, all right. And he's type of nigga, he'll come around and say if you got other friends that's not like gang mentality people, he won't say nothing. He won't say nothing. But if you say something to him, all the stuff he didn't say throughout the day is gonna come out. He like, yo, y'all got me around niggas. Niggas in here talking. He going, them niggas in here talking about what? Man, fuck that shit, man. You like, damn, I thought he was cool. And he wasn't. It was building up. He was waiting for somebody to invite him to say what he felt.
Weird. That's interesting.
If you ask him about you, like, yo, what time is it? He's like, man, it's fucking 3:00 and I'm still around these motherfucking niggas talking about it. What the fuck these niggas talking about? He said something about what kind of shit these niggas on, man? Like, yo, you like, damn, yo, this nigga.
Yeah. Kind of
You be like,
I don't think I knew any. All I know is that when I was in I don't know where I started. I at some point in time I got infatuated with the Crips though. I even used to use I used to call myself Lil Ace. And I don't know if I was completely infatuated with the Crips, but I knew I liked Crip walking. I just liked the style of Crip walking, so like I kind of like low key learned the Crip walk. But like, and I remember at one point in time I was actively in my mind like, yo, I'm a Crip, yo, I'm more, and then I feel like I want to say that I was kind of getting into the Navy then, but it was just something like because I know when I was in clubs a lot I would kind of do the Crip walk like to electronic music, kind of like I would like incorporate it into kind of like my dance, but I would never go full Crip like with the full heart and hand motion. I would only ever do the feet. The feet shuffle thing where you kind of, because I learned how to do it really well. And I was like, oh shit, that shit's cool. I feel like one person at one point in time was like, yo, you a Crip? And I'm like, nah, but.
so, Crip walking. Now when the first time we saw the Crip walk, that's when they made up another dance that kind of looked like the Crip walk that you could say the sea walk, but it wasn't the real Crip walk. Like even a lot of people when they was doing the sea walk, it wasn't the real Crip walk. It's a dance that's symbolic of what the what the seawall looked like, because they actually, the movements are coordinated to spell out certain type of a gang symbolism.
Right.
So a lot of times, like in school, we did the sea walk and marching band, but we did the sea walk, and after everybody started doing it, somebody just came up with the A-Town Stomp, and the A-Town Stomp was just like, it was like the watered down sea walk for people. Everybody can do it. And now, okay, and everybody can do the sea walk. Someone like that feels like sea walk, but the actual sea walk is the, you actually spelling it out, like you actually spelling crip with your feet, and spelling, putting out gang symbolism on the ground. I remember one time though, my sister was dating a crip, Cherie. She was dating a crip. He was a crip nigga with dreadlocks and shit. She was a cool nigga. He seemed like a cool nigga. He used to talk to me and shit. He seemed cool. And then one day I came home. I got a little drunk. I came home and I passed out. And then I used to always keep a lot of cash on me. I was working at the restaurant and I used to do other stuff. I used to have a lot of cash. And this nigga went in my wallet while I was sleeping. And my sister saw him like shuffling around me. And she was like, "What you doing?" And he was like, "Oh no, I was just I was putting his stuff back. His stuff fell out. I was putting it back." She like, she ain't trust that nigga. So then in the morning when I woke up, she was like, "Yo, check your stuff." And I checked my wallet and I was missing $100. I was like, "I'm missing $100. She was like, "Mm-hmm. Okay." So I kind of fell back asleep. I was just wake up a little bit and I check my stuff. I was like, "I'm missing $100. But I kind of fell back asleep. Apparently when I felt no, I had to go to work. So I got up and I went to work. The nigga was still sleeping like across. So when I left to go to work, my sister had a big ass Old English 40-ounce liquor bottle, malt liquor bottle, and it was pretty much practically empty, and she smashed that shit over the crip nigga's head for taking my money. And he didn't do nothing. If he was a blood, he would have killed my sister. He would have killed my sister.
Word. It's just
He was a crip.
OG.
Man, he just took that one. He took that. All right, I stole a little bit of money. I stole from, she caught me. She hit him in the head with a bottle. He took that. A little bit of blood was on the couch. When I came home, she told me what happened. But yeah, it's a crip. Stole my money, but he didn't kill my sister or get violent with my sister after she smashed an Old English malt liquor bottle on his head.
Right.
And so in my mind, even after that, even after no blood ever stole anything from me. I used to work with a blood. I used to get money with a blood, more or less. Right. And he never stole from me. Crip did. But if my sister hit that blood dude over the head with a bottle, that blood dude would have killed my sister. Or hurt her really bad.
Right.
And that's just what in my mind, what I see is the logic behind those dudes.
I got you.
I learned some little some signs you're not supposed to do, just stuff you're not supposed to do, and get you. So you learn about that stuff so you don't accidentally do it. Now I be out here in the world, I be doing little hand gestures and stuff like that when it comes to music. Some of those hand gestures in my neighborhood would get you killed. And one time I had my homeboy Kim from Virginia. We was walking through the hood. He used to be like how you had an infatuation with Crips. He had an infatuation with Bloods. He used to love to wear the color red. He used to love to wear little red basketball, little wristband joints on his wrist, on the right side. And one day we was walking through the streets, and we was in a neighborhood with Pyrus, and Pyrus kill Bloods too, sometimes, for different reasons. Mm-hmm. He's walking through the streets, and niggas was like, "So who?" He was like, I was like, I told him, don't respond to that. Don't even look back. Just keep walking. That don't mean nothing to us. Just keep walking. And he said it again, hey, blood. So who? Don't even respond to that. I told him, don't even respond to that. Less than a week later is when the dude was outside, like, I'm about to shoot everybody in his house. And them niggas, him and the other nigga from Job Corps, they both were scared. One was from DC and he's from
Wait. A week ago, the dude you were with?
The dude. So I was in Job Corps at the time. On the weekends, everybody come home. But nigga from, and I was hanging out with the homegirl who lived in Park Heights. And so I used to go over her house, and then other homies would come over there too. So I invited the nigga from DC and nigga from Virginia. I used to hang out with Job Corps to come through the hood. So they came through the hood that weekend, and we was walking to cop some bud one day, and that's when the nigga was like, or something.
Right.
A few days later, there was a beef between the girls who house it was cousin and the street nigga.
Right.
So the street nigga show up to the front of the house, and he like, yo, that nigga come out here and handle his business, or I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna shoot everybody in this motherfucker. He said that, and you could hear him saying this. He wasn't even yelling that shit. He said that shit calmly outside. So we're all in the house on the couch. Me, I'm like, my mind already know how to respond to this, but I'm not worried. Them niggas was scared. Them niggas like, yo, we need to get out of here, yo. We need to get out of here, yo. We get out of here. It's already like 10 p.m. too. So then when the dude finally leaves, they're like, yo, we going back to the center. Nigga, you gonna have to walk through the same streets that this nigga just came from to go through to get back to the bus stop to go to the center. Good luck. Good luck, nigga. You better off staying put. Chill out. Don't worry. Don't worry. I don't know why I wasn't worried. I don't know why I wasn't worried. I wasn't strapped. I was not strapped. I've never been strapped. I had homies I didn't know they were strapped. And I was like, nigga, I'm strapped. And you're like, oh shit. I'm with this nigga. This nigga was strapped. My brother used to always be strapped. Once my brother came in my house, I was living in East Baltimore, and he walked in my front door, came all the way upstairs to my room. I was in my room making music. He came to my room and pointed a gun at me. And he was like, see? That could have been the end of it right there. And I was just like, oh, word. I see that, but it's you, nigga. So what's the matter? He's like, yeah, but that could have been anybody else. I think nobody else has a reason to come to my house with a point a gun at me except my own brother. If that's the only person who has a reason to come to my house point a gun at me, I think I'm doing pretty okay.
Word.
He pointed a gun at me twice. One time he pointed a gun at me in his car, in the streets. He was like, see, I saw you walk to the store and you walked back the same way you went. And so I waited right here for you to come back. That could have been it. He always used to show me how I could get killed in the streets.
Word, yeah, Dave.
Trying to teach me a lesson of see, you could get killed. I could have killed you. It's like, yeah, nigga, but I think I'm doing pretty okay because I don't got no beefs out here. And
right.
The only person who would walk up with me and pull a gun on me all the time is my own brother, so I guess I'm good. And the girl in this music video.
Well, and the one guy you told me about.
Those street niggas don't count. You talking about the street niggas?
No, I'm talking about the nigga when he said, "Am I an asshole?"
You talking about like a regular person here in Vietnam?
Nah, you were. I don't know where you said you were, but you said, "Well, dude pulled up. He pulled a gun out, and he's like,
no,
tell me, am I an asshole or you an ass?"
No, I'm an asshole. No, that's you got the story so mixed up. The nigga, I said that the nigga, I was playing basketball with this little nigga, and I was packing his shots. And
that was at, bro. That was school. That was when you were at a funeral. That was your cousin. That was your family member.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that.
My family member.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the time you told me that you were walking somewhere and you were right next to this convenience store. Dude pulled a gun on you, and he's like, all right, tell me, man, am I an asshole?
No,
you're just an asshole. And then your story's
wrong. That never happened to me.
Yeah, you told me there was no way for you to answer that without getting killed. And what
you had that in a dream.
but
That was a dream of yours. That didn't exist
yo,
in my reality at all.
can I finish,
did not.
y'all?
Go ahead, finish.
And then you told me that you right off the bat of your head, you're like, all right, man, well, give me a second. I was about to get a beer, so I just want to get a beer. And you went inside and you walked out the other door and you left.
Yeah, you are merging stories together. That don't
What?
exist. No. The only thing, no, that don't exist. That never happened. Nobody never pulled a gun on me like that. The only thing that happened to me that was even similar to that is one person came to me and asked me why I don't talk to this nigga. And he said pretty much said like I didn't even mention I didn't even use the word asshole. That was another paradigm. But I mentioned to you how the nigga came up to me and was like, I don't talk to him, what I think he's not cool, what I think of what something. And I'm looking at it more or less like what this nigga don't really have nothing to say to me really at all for real. And so I was like, I exited the situation by going like I was about to get a drink or something, and I just like I'm out of here. It's like because I had no reason to reconcile that. At the end of the day, you could say it's like I happened to be on LSD at the time, and so that was like a psychological bend that you're mentioning. But no, nobody that story with the gun never happened like that.
Weird.
No, the only time I already told you how many times I've had a gun pulled on me. The only time I had a gun pulled on me is the nigga I was playing basketball with after my godmother's funeral, and the nigga who took my phone in the streets, and the police, and my brother. So if you add it all up, I had a gun pointed at me 5 or 6 times. 3 of those times was my own brother. Two of them was 2 street niggas. 1 was the police. So you still feel that was a story that happened?
No, man.
You see how your face disappeared at this moment? Your face was there the whole time, but now you don't have a head.
What? That's crazy.
It's not.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened. Oh. That's weird. Yeah.
No, it's just how life be. It's not weird at all. What else you got?
Oh, anything else? Kind of not low energy, just like meh. Not even meh. Just like, yeah, I don't know. Cause my back's really hurting. This chair that I sit in for the computer is no doesn't help any. So yeah.
Yeah, when a lot of times we have a podcast episode, even when we get to this point, because we're live streaming it, it seems like it's taking much longer. But I would say that I try to push for you to be more outwardly expressive, but it's not always the case.
Yeah.
And then I have this thing that I do that I don't yeah, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I usually do. No, but what I can say is that I try like, especially when Sierra was here, I try to push because I try to push for the opportunity for you to be more outwardly expressive, so that way it'll be more balanced on the other side of it. But
Yeah.
when that balance doesn't exist, there's no way to create it. And then there's a thing where like for example, like just a second ago you had a lot to say about a situation that didn't happen, and it's like all right, so you had a lot to say about a situation that doesn't happen, and then it's like then he had nothing else to say about anything else. It's like I understand. I understand that that's how it can play out. For me, I have this thing where if someone was to mention something that didn't particularly happen, like it doesn't usually happen with my sister. Somebody, there's little terms people try to give to stuff when things like that happen. They be like, if somebody, there's some type of thing that people talk about when someone has a different memory than you, and you're talking about something, and they're saying something completely different than what you saw happen. And I don't really have a cognitive dissonance when it comes to stuff like that at all. Not at all.
Word.
So I can challenge it head on. At the same time, while not challenging, I can allow it to challenge itself. Be like, so like you could say like, oh, that's what I said happened. Oh no, I didn't say that. Like no, definitely not. And so it's like if you merge two stories together, I can see how you could create that. But you also the person who can remember very small, minuscule details about different stories I've told to you. And so it's like, oh, for that one to be so put together with details and it didn't exist that way, it's like I could tell you that it didn't happen. Just like how you would like you said earlier that I said to you about I talked to you about the MacBook 2010. I mean the iMac 2010. And I was like, oh no, I never mentioned that to you. Didn't have any time to. Well, I just talked to Sierra about that this morning, and I just talked to you just now. And so it's like, no, I didn't mention that to you. And you said, oh, it must have been in a dream. Things like that happen. And so that's why you got to be like, what do you do after that? Don't let it lose energy for yourself. Recognize that, all right, I have a completely different recollection in another person. And that means that's a point out that we don't share the same psychological linear reality.
Word.
That means what you perceive in your reality is not the same as me. We can both walk outside and you could think it's raining, and to me it is not raining at all. And I know that.
Word.
You got anything?
No.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess yeah. Sierra predicted it. We probably wouldn't be talking anymore by the time she was finished doing what she was doing. So I guess that's the end of this episode,
Oh yeah.
or what?
Yeah. We don't have anything else to talk about. Yeah, we can do.
I could talk about anything, but it's like I mean, if I talk as if I'm not talking to with somebody else, like I could talk as if I'm just giving a monologue, and then you could be there, and if you say something, you say something. That's kind of how things can go. Like I could start that from this point right now, more or less. Sometimes I can speak to not you. I can speak to a general populace to say that yeah, there are times where people don't have the same linear reality as you, and this is something that happens all the time. And some people could fall into something like a term paranoia. It's been used in a lot of music, and I understand why artists use that, and it's usually in relation to different types of things. Sometimes it's connected to a person who, say, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're assuming that this person is like not being faithful or not clear about their intentions, so they're not being true to you in some way. So there could be a situation where you have a person that you're in a relationship with and you don't trust them and you're paranoid about their actions. There's that. And then there's another type of paranoia where it's actually it could be induced by different things. Like the substances you put in your body, the things you do can often can cause certain the lines to blur. Like the song with Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines. Sometimes these lines do blur. Now when the lines blur, how do you respond to it? What do you do about that? What do you do about the blurred line? How do you respond to it? Like if I was driving down the highway and all the lines disappeared off the road, would it stop me from being able to drive? No. If I was playing guitar and they removed all the lines from the guitar, would it stop me from playing the guitar properly? There's guitars that don't have lines on them. They're called fretless. A fret is also like a worry. That's what fret means. So it's like fretless. Fretless is worryless. Some people don't, and they're not worried. They don't need the lines to be there. You blur the lines. Blur the lines. Blur the lines. Fret not. Yeah. That's how it goes. When the lines get blurred, some people don't need frets. Upright bass, the upright bass has no frets. It's almost sad. If it's out of tune, you can still play that motherfucker. You just gotta play it. You play the notes you want to play. You'll know what they at as you're playing. As soon as you play a note, I would know where all the other notes are in relation to the ones that I'm playing now. And so that even if a person was to try to blur the lines, or if somebody else reality, the lines are blurred, oh no, I know what those lines are. They don't really exist. Like the frets on the guitar, they don't make the notes that we hear. The notes are usually in the same spacing. So if you tune the guitar appropriately, the notes will be in the same spacing each time. They won't move. They won't move, and it's always linear. It's not like you'll go from E to F without. It's not like you'll go to E to E to. It's not like you'll go from F to G without F sharp. It won't go F, G, and then F sharp. It's always going to be in order. Always. When you play the piano, each time, the notes are going to be in order. And so it's like, all right, okay, you transpose. That's something that some people do. Some people transpose. Yeah, it's something that I gotta understand that it's possible. And once you understand it's possible, it's like, well, how do you want to respond to when that happens to other people? Like how it happened to you just now. What I'm supposed to do? Or I'm talking to other people. How it happened to Richard just a minute ago. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to respond to that? Am I supposed to be like, oh, wait, he has a completely different recollection of this. And he said, oh, let me finish. Sure. Finish. It won't really change the reality of the situation as far as I'm concerned, especially if you're talking about something that you said I said and something that I was saying based off of something that really happened. So I didn't say that because it didn't really happen. And it didn't really happen, so I didn't say that. And so it's like, okay, so now you could have merged two situations together, which is possible. So somebody can hear two different stories and merge them together. That's like if we want to talk about Michael Jordan's playoffs. You could be talking about two playoff series that he had with the same team, and you can mix it up. Oh, game 3 is the one he shot that one 3-pointer shot, and then this. I'm like, no, that was 2016 when he won it with the 3-pointer. Oh, right. It's the different ways how, yeah, you could merge stories together. It happens. Right. But, yeah, it's an art. It's an art to be able to park in between the lines always. Go to the airport and watch those vehicles drive around the airport. I watch it. It's like a perfectly choreographed situation. These people drive these vehicles around and they all follow the lines. This whole time. Even if you look at the plane will be parked and they'll all be straight. And you'll see the lines on the ground where they want the plane to be at, and that's what the plane is. And the plane wasn't how to get there. The pilot can't see those lines on the ground. There's two guys with two sticks, like, and we do this every day. If you don't know what you're doing and you try to direct the plane, maybe you're like, oh, wait, no, you don't got the proper signaling, and then you start sending signals that no, you get everything mixed up. You know, once you know the proper signaling, you know where it's going to be at. Just like when you play basketball, there's lines on the ground. And when it's because there's lines on the ground. Once you learn the floor, you don't even have to look at the basket anymore. You're only looking up to see where the defense is, because I know this line. I know exactly where I'm at. I know exactly where the basket is in relation to me. And if we have a play and everybody's supposed to be at a certain place at a certain point, I know that, oh, I got this pass here. I got this pass here. I can bounce past there. Those all exist. I can lob it over the top here. My player is there. I don't even have to look at him. I don't even have to look. Unless they set a pick in which they put a guy in the middle of the court and had him stand in the way so it would mess the play up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they set the pick to mess up the play. They did something that would throw off the flow of our motion. Okay. The person who sees that being done calls a pick. Yo, pick. Now we all know something just happened. They threw a stick in our plot. So the play has a delay in it. And this dude's going to rotate out in order to make it still work. All right. Well, this dude rotates off. I still got the person to pass it to there. This person had the pick. He got deflected for 1 second. Oh, so I'll move. I can move the ball. Oh, but now he's going to be right there 1 second later. I use the hesitation in my dribble to buy myself some time, and then I pass it. It's all choreographed. It's all theater. And so it's like, oh, you set a pick. Nothing. If you pay attention to the court, you don't even need nobody to tell you. You know how the defense plays. You play defense too. Oh, you set a pick. Easy.
Sure.
And it's another thing where it's when somebody else is had they cross into a realm of low energy, I don't let that affect me. So it for any reason. So like I can see I remember back in the day you played basketball. Oh, now your whole team is like lazy and whatnot. Okay. All right. I use that advantage on these niggas and they not even moving. Okay, that gives me an ISO. I got it. My player's not moving around. I don't need him to move. I would move the ball, get it to the basket on my own. It's plenty of situations like that. It's like I mean, if you're playing in a band and I've seen a drummer drop a drumstick, not miss a beat. Nothing. It doesn't matter. I've also been in bands where I know if I stop playing, it's all gonna fall apart.
Mm.
If I don't keep the drum beat, if I don't keep the bass line, let me stop for a second and then take a listen. Listen to the music you still hear. All right, I was playing bass in this band, so I'm playing a pivotal part. I'm playing the foundation. So if I stop playing, it's not going to be supported. Even though I think it still should. I think if I stop, I like when I play with a band. If I'm playing bass, if I stop, they can keep on playing. I stop for a second. I'll make something use of it. They still playing, still going good. This is creativity. Compared to I stop and everybody loses their grip on what's going on because I stopped.
Right.
I think I was buying time for Sierra to come back. Because my Sierra's has a particular type of understanding of reality. I know about that. And so when she comes back, and I mentioned her, that's why she knew she was doing. I understand how she flows with the story. She talked about this, how as different things shift around, some people don't keep the same energy on the other side. As things shift, they switch. And so it's like, that happens sometimes. I don't know how to be preemptive about it. All I know is sometimes you gotta reset.
Word. I feel like sometimes some episodes of the podcast may be better without me in it. On some episodes when you guys, because like you were saying that a lot of the time, especially with when you have Sierra on here, you guys are talking and it's kind of like I'm not really saying anything. I'm not really ever saying anything because I feel like out of place, or even just then when you expressed that what I said was wrong and I was wrong, and I kind of was just quiet after that. Well, I didn't really I didn't have anything to say before that. The only reason I said that is because you said, in my head it was like, oh, there was something that in my timeline I wanted to straighten out. I didn't actually have a point. It was more of a, for I guess you could say, and it does not. Now I think of it, it doesn't actually matter either in that aspect. I say a part of me at some point in time started to tried to keep a chronological order of events of how you told me about them in your life. And so as you told me new events, I tried to place them in different places. And yeah, it doesn't specifically have me, I don't know, see the intention of doing that. So honestly, sometimes I kind of just don't have, I have 99%, I have absolutely nothing to say. When I have something to say, I try to say it, but honestly, today I'm kind of like just I don't even know if low energy is right. I'm just like tired, maybe, and yeah, I guess I know I don't bring as much to the podcast as I think maybe you see that I bring. I set the podcast up, but I don't feel like, besides that, I don't feel like I bring anything. I don't even bring a unique perspective. Pretty much have the perspective you have, and I disagree with it. You can put your perspective and validate everything of your reasons and explain all that. And so it's kind of like I kind of see myself as a redundancy, honestly, especially being on the podcast. I feel like the podcast would be a much tighter podcast and with more engaging episodes if I wasn't here for the guest. Now we could still have me and you, but when we have guests, it's just you and the guest and whatever. Or maybe if I invite the guest, if it's someone I specifically invited, then yeah, I could show up. But I don't, cause like I don't really have, and people that you invite, you have a that I don't say. People that you invite, I don't say anything. It's weird, and I'm like, for me, it's normal as fuck. Like it is completely normalized now. I realized what you were just saying a few seconds ago. I realized I was like, yo, I actually a part of me when you were talking about that, I felt myself start to feel nervous because I'm comfortable with absolutely saying jack shit in a situation where maybe I should at least come up with something to say. And I just realized, yo, I'm actually maybe I'm like really, really comfortable with not saying a word. So, and it's not something, I'm not all of a sudden gonna just like start making up stuff to talk about. You don't have to make up stuff to talk about. You kind of have these streams of consciousness that they're very old that you're tapped into and that you've been developing for a while. And well, for me, I haven't really been developing mine. I've paused the development of mine a lot, and so mine were only the only stream of consciousness. I don't even like call stream of consciousness or capitalism. That's what happened earlier today. That's what you saw earlier, and I noticed it. I was like, word, that's what happened. I got onto that business stream of consciousness. I don't know if you call it stream of consciousness, but it's when I'll like start like trying to monetize every aspect or something, and it doesn't interest me. None of this. I could say that. There's nothing really to say.
How was I gonna put that? You watch people sporting, right?
Yeah.
Talk about Jasmine. What about Jasmine?
What about her?
What is Jasmine's role in the show?
Jasmine's role is to do research on the people and ask them questions from the research she does.
You think so?
No, Jasmine's role is not. Jasmine's role is just to be herself.
Exactly. That's what Sierra said about you. And I usually sometimes try to push you into another space of being another person than you are at a particular time, because a part of me feels like everybody is constantly expanding. So I'm like, aha, okay, so how did that expand you? What's your new expanse? That's why I said, what you got? Like, okay, that means that some ideas just came across. That means you should have, I kind of would say I more or less maybe expected you to have a stream of consciousness that would have tied into what just happened. So I might say, what you got? I might ask you just straight up that, what you got? Because if you was listening, or if you were connected, then some stream of consciousness that you have would tie into that moment right there. And so you would probably mention that immediately. You probably mention it right then. Now, when I watch People's Party, there's different types of people who come on People's Party. It's kind of like the same thing with the Breakfast Club. Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club. On power on one nine, what is it, 96 power, the other one Ebro. For Ebro is different. Ebro and Rosenberg, you can compare Ebro to Charlemagne. Ebro is quite different from Charlemagne. And then you have Rosenberg and DJ Envy. Very, 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 very different. And then you got, I can't even remember the girl on Ebro show. Can't remember her name. And you got Angela Yee. Everybody know Angela Yee name. Usually most of the guests talk directly to, they have you sitting facing DJ Envy. So when you talk, usually you talk to Envy. And you got Charlemagne right over here. From his position, Charlemagne is the one who usually says stuff that makes everybody look back at Charlemagne. Everybody gotta check out Charlemagne. Everybody look back at Charlemagne. You're looking forward, you see Ebro, you see DJ Envy, you look at Charlemagne. And then Angela Yee's over here towards the camera. And most people don't look exactly at the camera. So they might speak to her for a second, but a lot of times they just keep talking to DJ Envy. Turn to Charlemagne, Angela Yee for a second. Everybody has a particular role that makes the show flow. They have 3 people in place, and then they add another person. So essentially, you would say everybody has the thing that they're there to find out about the artist. DJ Envy might be like, yo, so back at Def Jam, why'd you splash, blah, blah. And Charlemagne, he's usually kind of esoteric with it, like, yo, oh yeah. So you did the thing. How'd you feel about that? Yeah. And then Ebro's always like, you switch the show up. Ebro is kind of like one is more like, Rosenberg is kind of like, he cool though. But Ebro, he kind of be like, yo, so yeah, what's up with these bars? Like, I like to tweet your album. You dropped the album. You did the thing I like about it, the thing I'm gonna say about it. Let me ask you, what you was thinking about when you did that? He's kind of like Charlemagne, but he doesn't sit next to you. He sits across from you. Everyone has a personnel, and they put it into play, and they find a way, and they express it. So if you don't have nothing to say when it comes to a situation like this, I talked about like the nigga Melvin, the blood nigga who come around. That's because I connect every idea up. So I can see how the blood nigga come around, and he be there. He won't say nothing the whole time if he around people. Now, I would like to see the juxtaposition of when you invite somebody to the show. Now, if you invite somebody to the show and we do the podcast, and they're more on the wave of you, and obviously you and them are going back and forth, and I don't say anything, that's possible too. It's possible. I would say, what? Dang. I got a bunch of followers today on Spotify. I just got a notification. I got a bunch of followers because I think this is that playlist I got added to. There's a lot of playlists we got added to a lot of playlists recently too. It's like 400 playlists now.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 400 playlists in total. It's like 400 playlists.
Yo, that's gang.
I have songs from different stuff. So it's like with that kind of flow, you have it's to be a steady growth process, steady growth mechanism going on. Any hour of the day, there'd probably be 5, 6, 7, 8 people listening to the music.
That's what's up, yo.
Yeah, that's you know, we put together and combine our minds to make that happen. It wouldn't be happening without you.
Oh man, look at that. Yo, you can tell it's going. See, you get the speed of everything just changed because you're almost at 8,000 monthly listeners, and Burning Sands is 5,600 plays. Telepathy is 5,400 plays. Just came out of the woodwork, yo. So what's up, man?
Yeah, I mean, so like, you know, it's I was saying everybody has their thing they do. Now you bring somebody out there and like obviously I don't talk much. Maybe it could be a situation where like I didn't need so much perspective on it. Like sometimes I can just sit back and watch the theater. But if you ask me anything about that shit, I got something. There's a stream of consciousness I have that connects with it in some way. And sometimes not. Like today I was talking to the, you know, Lime Greens. And at the beginning we had a lot of things we was exchanging, talking about a little bit, and then after a while it was kind of like I was just kind of just like, because nobody's trying to burst the bubble. Everybody just keep adding a little air or deflating a little air, adding a little air, deflating a little air. You did balloons before?
Like the gas, gas?
That stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have.
The way how I do it, sometimes I might have that shit, man. I might be having it for like too long. I realized, wait a minute, yo, I've had this thing for I don't know how long. I lost track of the time I had it. It's been like a whole hour. I still got the same one. Sometimes I just start letting the air out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or like let it flow out my nose or something. Like just to get it over with. Cause it's like, wow, man, I could probably do this all day. Indefinitely. I probably could sit here all day. Because all of a sudden I lock into a new process where it's like, and I recognize that is symbolic of how people live their life and how people live in each moment. When you have the balloon, right? So you get the big balloon, you fill it up, boom. You start off with a big one. All right, they give it to you. Now, first thing, what do? Before you do it, do you empty your lungs or you fill them up? Which one? Some people probably more or less go for mostly empty. When they decide to connect to it, they're mostly empty. Think about it. Remember that. Remember what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
When they connect to it, they're mostly empty. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Most people. Me, maybe not. So if you're mostly empty, when you connect it, automatically, it will cause an equilibrium. It will push in as much as it can, and there will be a balance point where the air is not flowing in at a rapid rate or out. It's not flowing out of you. It's not flowing into you. It reached equilibrium. The pressure is balanced right where your lips meet the balloon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from there, some people say, they be holding their nose or something like that to try to stop the pressure or whatever, blah, blah, blah. To me, not necessary. I don't do that. I can make it so that it comes out of my nose, but it doesn't do it unless I make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So from that point on, what do? So you inhale. All right. What's next? Some people take it away from their mouth and they slowly breathe out. So they more or less smoke it, and they like to take it a little bit at a time. But it's gas in a different way than smoke is smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. So I don't really smoke it. I don't do that technique. I did it before, but it's not really a thing. So I'll keep it connected. And I kind of let it create a flow. and I don't break it. And I can keep that going for a long time. And then usually I'll vanish. I go into another realm where I kind of have a dream. And then I wake up from that dream later. And I usually remember only the end of it. And I realize that, oh, I kind of learned I kind of saw like the whole mechanism of life. Life as a mechanism. The technical formula of life. For a period of time. And then I come back. And then I can hear it in the music. I can hear it. I can hear the pattern. I can hear I can hear the technical formula of life. I can see it playing its way out in everything, everyone's actions, everyone's words. Okay, you start to see that. Now, when you're from that stage, if you were just letting it flow and you did that, a lot of times when you come back, you let it go. The bloom's gone. It's gone. You kind of dreamed it away. You dreamed and you wake up, it's gone. You might see it's over there on the floor nearby you, but it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the other one where you kind of taking it in. Some people take it in and you blow back into the balloon. So what you take, you put back. And that's how you're creating your flow and you're managing it. Now, what'll happen is, as you do that, it'll change the formula of what's going on. But eventually, you might also have that dream, and you'll come back. But you might not let go of the balloon. You might still have it, and then you'll be at a point where you don't know how to get rid of it because your technique keeps it going forever. And so you have to intentionally let it go, give it away, or you'll be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an understanding about everything, about life, about this conversation we're having. But if you just burst it, there's nothing. If you just let it go on your own, I've done that before, just let it go. All right, flies around for a second, it lands on the ground. All right. That's it. It's gone. But for me, it's usually, I keep it in flow until I get to that point where I realize I've been here for a long time. Like we're having a conversation with somebody, you could be like, we've been having this conversation for a while. At any point, I could be like, yo, we don't have to keep talking anymore. We can end this. We can end this conversation. We don't have to talk more. It's not necessary. Like the whole podcast thing, the whole fact that exists now. Years ago, it was a talk show. Years ago, you had to come on at late night. A show would come on at midnight for people to come and talk. And all day, in the afternoon, there would be certain shows where people talk, like talk shows. And you have shows where there's written scripts where people aren't really talking, but people are talking. It's a dialogue, yes, but nobody's really talking. Nobody's really connecting with a stream of consciousness at that moment. So what we're doing is something that a lot of people had a lot of practice doing. And for long periods of time, in a situation where you're not drinking alcohol, or like when else do people talk? You're not on a date. You're not trying to. There's no destination. There's no destination. We're talking. That's the conversation that we're having right now. It's not even a destination, but it's like it's just a stream. The destination doesn't really exist. It's a river that goes around and around and around and around and around and around and around, and we just keep choosing to get in the river, even though we know it goes around.
Word.
And so, if you want to opt out, or you don't see that there's no value in you being in the river, that's the same as a swimming pool. Some people don't see value of having a swimming pool. Why? The water doesn't go anywhere. There's no new water comes in here. There's no fish. There's nothing that will change. This water be the same. All I can do is just keep moving around in this same water. Some people don't see the value of going to swim in a pool. Some people, when they want to live somewhere, they want to have access to the pool. Why? I had access to the pool in one of my old apartments. We got in that shit one time. I like to swim, but I think I like to swim more when I go there to swim compared to just having a pool here.
Wait.
So I think seems like that. Seems like I like to go to the watering hole. And I've been to pool parties, and pool parties are weird, especially if you do a balloon at a pool party. You'll have the thoughts you'll have when you do something like that there. You'll be like, wow, this like the way how we're birthed into reality is like people coming out of the pool. It's like we all find ourselves. Do you know the story of the Thunderman?
No.
I've told you before. So the Thunderer, he's a man who kind of lives in the clouds and he controls the thunder. It's an old Iroquois story. So what happens is there's this girl. She has a husband. She's a Native American girl. She lives in a tent with her husband. And every day he goes out and hunts. And every day he goes out and hunts, snakes come. And the snakes come in, they tell the girl, they come climb in the girl's lap and they say, hey, pick the scales off my back. And so the girl's scared and she does it. She picks the scales off the back of the snake. And it's hideous. Like the scales are very, very like gushing and like it's like a pus and very disgusting thing she's doing. Putrid thing she's doing. And she's scared. And then all of a sudden the snakes vanish and the guy comes back in and the girl is scared. And the guy comes back in one day. He says, hey, were you scared when you just saw me? And she was like, no. But he knew she was lying. So after a few days, the girl decides to go outside. She goes outside. And then she runs into an old man in the woods. The old man said, listen, girl, you are in grave danger. If I was you, I'd get out of here. So there's two stories that kind of have a similar part that happen like this. And one story, the guy tells her, go in the house. The guy, he's the leader of his tribe, and he keeps his heart under his place he sleeps. Go in and take the heart and come back here and meet me. So the girl goes home. She goes under the bed. She takes the heart. And she comes out and goes to meet the thunder again. All of a sudden, big storm starts to rumble in the distance. Big storm, big storm, big storm, big storm. And the girl gets to the thunder and she says, what do I do? This heart. He takes it and he says, look around you. She looks around. She's up to her neck in water and mud. And she didn't know. So she says, take my hand, take my hand. He reaches up. She reaches up and she takes his hand. And he pulls her out of the water that she didn't even know she was in, up to her neck. And then he's like, all right, now you can begin the next part of the journey. Now, that story is an allegory. It's really talking about a lot of different things at the same time. And there's multiple allegories that have a similar setup. One of them has something to do with the girl's mom wanting her to marry this beautiful guy. And the same, that's how this thunder story starts too. That's how the girl ends up with that guy. What happens is that they went out for a hunt. They went out to go hunting or something, the girl and her mother. And then a big storm came and they couldn't make it back home. And then these guys show up and say, hey, y'all can come stay in our village. And that's how she ends up with this guy anyway. The mother wants her to marry the guy because he's so handsome. Mm-hmm. He's like the most handsome guy. And both of the stories are connected. They're both Iroquois stories, Native Americans. And sometimes you need somebody to pull you out of that water you didn't know you was in up to your neck. And the thunderer is thunder. Now, why is he the thunder? Why is he the thunder man? The thunder is a warning, lets you know a storm is coming. It lets you know about that. It tells you beforehand. It's a deep story. You should look it up. It's a lot of more information about it than I could possibly recall at this present moment. But that is symbolic of something we were just talking about before. It's about it's your life, and you know you more or less choose how you live it. You kind of choose how you live it, and then there's some people who could come and show you something about life that you didn't notice. But if you try to opt out, all you're doing is standing neck deep in the water, and you don't want to find out. You don't want to answer the call of the thunderer, which is okay. You'll just be neck deep in water, and you won't know about it, so it doesn't matter. And
How you spell Iroquois?
Fuck. IREQUOIS. Just type the thunderer. Indian Native American thunderer. Native American thunderer. I'm pretty sure those keywords take you exactly to what I'm talking about. It's a video on YouTube about it too.
The wife of Thunderer.
Okay, she became the wife of the Thunderer afterwards. Iroquois, yes, exactly. That's right. IROQUIOS. And they all have different. They have different story also. So if you type the Iroquois, everybody knows Iroquois Thunder. If you type Iroquois Thunder. Story. The wife of the Thunderer. Yeah, the Thunderer, man. He an OG.
PLETHO.
What you say?
PLETHO.
What is that? What is that?
I don't know. I was trying to. I can't find anything on YouTube, so I'm looking at it. It says the Native Americans legends, the Thunderer's name, and then it
Oh, that's
says
his name. Oh, I didn't know his name.
it says Pletho in parentheses. I'm not sure the. I know
Yeah.
it says Pletho type. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. It's the story's on YouTube. I watched it. If you just type Iroquois Thunder.
Yeah, I think I just found one. All right, man.
You want to rap later or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You got to do what you got to do. I'll rap to you later.
All right, bro. Take care.
You too.